Hey, it's too many lies, too many lies. Hey, it's too many lies, too many lies. Yo, it's too many. Hey, it's too many. Yo, it's too many. Yo, it's too many lies. Look in my eyes, they know I'm the truth. Knocking them down every time I step in the booth. We ain't gotta lie, they know we the vibe, we living in proof. It's young conscious you, my life a movie, I live in a spoof. Ain't no sticking around, I'm on the move, I'm checking the dudes. Yeah, it's only us two, so you know we copping that coupe. We on the roof, smoking dope, look at the view. Yeah, we used to chill on the stoop, now we out here breaking the news. It ain't shit you really could do, cause we ain't got nothing to lose. We ain't switched side with no cruise, we just stayed out of the loop. Now we out here letting it loose, every shot we took it was swoosh. Gotta get it, ain't no excuse, ain't shit left to prove. Hey, yeah. Hey, it's too many lies, too many lies, too many lies. Hey, it's too many lies, too many lies, too many, it's too many. Hey, it's too many. Yo, it's too many.
Yeah, ask them a real question, yeah, I bet it's all lies. Hey, they won't cross that line for a fact that's offsides. Hey, too much penalties when they run this back, yeah, it's fines. Hey, could have been here with us, but we do not force no vibes. Hey, she gon' ride the whip and let me park it in the driveway. They just want the praise like they Yahweh. Getting so much bread, get a ride way. We done already won, yeah, that's worth the ride way. But they still lying right through their teeth, and they still hiding behind many truths. They was D9, watch my every move, tell them keep time. Leave that shit on scene, I ain't replying. Less I know you, that don't mean I'm Hollywood. That just mean I'm Hollywood. All of y'all I probably stood on no falls, all cause. More times I probably should. I don't know nobody like us. You see how much time it took?
Yeah. Hey, it's too many lies, too many lies, too many lies. Hey, it's too many lies, too many lies, too many, too many. It's too many. Hey, it's too many. Yo, it's too many. Hey, it's too many lies. Hey, yeah, ISO, Indies,
I forgot. I gotta set that thing up, right? Oh my god, I forgot to update that. Where it doesn't say anything about a live trial, you know. Hey guys, how y'all doing? How's it going today? Sorry I didn't make it yesterday. I took one of those day naps again. You know, I'm more of a no, I'm more nocturnal. I've kind of been like that throughout this whole thing for sure. Um, so I took a nap. And by nap I mean I slept during the day. Remember I have like hours from over the pond. I have their kind of hours, so that's probably where I should have been born. But anyways, how are you guys doing? All right. All right. From Sam. Is it salmon or Sam? I mean, I say salmon, but is it Salmon, Idaho? Or, you know, there's people. Jason says salmon. I'm like, it's salmon. Oh, anyways. So, how are you guys doing? Good to see you guys here. I made it to KJ's live last night, bawled my eyeballs out. I was like, oh my God. 'Cause I didn't know what to expect. I was just like, okay, farewell. Okay. Okay. Been dreading the day, you know? So when I went to schedule my live stream, I saw that well, Jason was like, "Let me check to see when hers is scheduled for," and it was scheduled for 7. I was like, "Okay, so I'll schedule it for 3." Then I slept and then woke up and then I was like, "I just don't feel like pushing. I don't feel like rushing, basically." So, I moved it to today, and I hope y'all don't mind too much. Yesterday, it was just really more tough day than I expected. Or you never know how to feel, you know. I cannot forecast or I have no idea. So, but it was rather hard. But we are here, and that they're the reason that we're here. Tylee and JJ, Charles, Tammy and Joe. That's why we're here. uh, from Placid, New York. Well, hello, New York. Just kidding. Um. All right. So yeah, y'all. I can't leave Emma and Garth alone. Okay, it won't leave me. It's get like I'm just like, but no, no, it's just not right. And I think that I mean, if I'm reading the room, so to speak, the room, you guys, your comments, and elsewhere, same thing. You know, I think it's because it bothers us so bad that how that went down with Emma and Garth throwing their mother under the bus for almost, well, 4 or 5 years now. We have speculated a whole lot. And I kind of put, mm, I'm not going to say I put them like on the shelf or anything. I didn't put them, I don't even know how to word this, but I basically gave them grace, because I didn't have anything really to go on except for the little bit that we all know. Court TV, talking about, it was Emma talking to Chanley Painter about um, not being able to see her mother's autopsy and doing the whole like shaming thing. She was like, and she said that my maternal, basically Tammy's family, they haven't been able to see the results either, yada yada yada. It was very like shameful the way she was shaming. And then knowing what I know now, knowing what we all heard for ourselves, um, that she turned that down. Okay. And I mean, I'm just like, okay, so the cat's out of the bag, boo. Like you've you've shown yourselves. So to me, it drew a clear line as to what side, and I say side, but you know what I'm saying. Justice for the victims here. Tylee and JJ for sure were innocent children. Okay. But I did not see one inkling of empathy or compassion or just sincerity. Nothing came from them about my family. Still, still to this day, here we are so many years later now, and they're still thinking the entire world conspired against their father and framed his ass. And I'm just like, oh my God. And then now I'm basically at the point where I'm like, okay, so how much of this is just them being in denial? How much of this is them being complicit and knowing? How much of this is them being under control of their father? How much of this is what? What percentage, if I'm speaking in their language, right? What percentage are they here and there and everywhere? Because I know 0% they're on the victim's side. And I'm gonna even remove, one another step further and say that definitely not for my family, not for two children that were found buried in their father's yard that are not pioneer bones, for Christ's sake, not fucking pioneer bones. Okay, and so I just want to know how much of this is what. Uh, Unfortunately, I don't practice in the dark arts. So, I'll never know. Coercive control definitely seems to be happening here as part of this. Great comment, Rachel. That and the cognitive dissonance thing. And then again, we'll use John Pryor's big word, confirmation bias, okay? Oh, you can't when they're talking to their dad. If Emma's talking to her dad, well, not anymore, but up until this point, if she was talking to her dad as much as she was, um, you can't ever get a for her, I would say as warped as they seem. I mean, they seem to be bought into the whole damn gamut. Okay. They're just like, okay, and so, okay, yeah. I mean, I'm just like, oh my God, y'all. Uh, Half of me feels sorry for them. The other half is mad. The other, I'm just like, ah. But I've always tried to keep the position to treat them as Tammy would want me to treat them. And but I'm just like, okay, but just just for a second, just I just want to rage too a little bit. Not rage, but I want to criticize the hell out of them because they are adults. And everybody has to be accountable and responsible for the shit that they're putting out. And when that's never seems to take place, not in this case, okay? Then I'm worried because what is ever if this did not show them or teach them anything, there's not much that will. Yeah, BTK's daughter helps victims. She's awesome. I really think so. I forget her name. But that's because I have so much other useless crap stuffed in my head over these years, right? So, all right, let me get to my little. Actually, I've been taking notes like the whole damn time, right? The whole week. I've missed y'all so much this week. Oh my god. Oh my god. It sucks. Okay, it sucks because like, I mean, before this ended, the trial, and he was sentenced to death. You know, I mean, it was just like boom, boom, boom. You know, it was like whoa. Still haven't quite digested all that, and I have not. I'm not. I'd be lying if I said I did, but I don't even know what that looks like, actually, if I'm being honest. So I've taken nothing but notes. I've got more notes than Emma Daybell has answers for everything. There you go. So I mean, there's just I don't even that's what I do. I tend to go way big and then I'm like, I don't know how to rein it in. And there's no way we can possibly cover them all. So let me just be realistic, right? Um oh, another thing before I get started. Um Okay, yeah, I forgot the channel name and I had to remember it again. All right, so I want to show y'all a little find I found. And I mean, a wealth of freaking knowledge. I'm going to pull it up real quick. Oh, I think I typed it in backwards. Yeah, I did. Mm, I don't think so. Okay, let me just look in my history because I'm like, no. I probably don't have the channel name right. That's probably the problem. So okay. I mean, I've been just listening, like just binge listening to this, and okay, here's. All right, let me change my aspect here real quick. Okay. Oh, that's not it. Let me change that real quick. To here. Okay, so this lady right here, and I mean, look, 22 views 6 days ago, and I mean, she's done like probably about 5 of Chad Daybell's books. Okay, the channel name is Wordwise. 15 subscribers. We need to change this. Okay, because this lady is a freaking asset. Okay, big time, big time. I'll grab the link and I will post it in the chat right now while I'm thinking about it, so we can tribute her. So you can sub up to her. So you can give her some views. So you can, uh, you know, share. So you can find out what she's doing. But anyway, so let me see. I'm gonna play it.
David took her hands in his. That's why I wanted to talk to you tonight. We've only known each other a couple of months, but I really like you. And my only fear about going on a mission is that while I'm gone, you'll meet one of those actual returned missionaries and get swept off your feet. Phyllis laughed. That's not going to happen. I've already got my eye on someone. David frowned. I knew it. Is it that guy Bart in our biology class? I've seen how he looks at you, and She suddenly moved closer and planted a kiss firmly on his lips. As he sat there, stunned, she backed away and said, No, you goofball. It's you. David was feeling so many emotions that he could hardly talk. He suspected this was what being in love felt
Oh, look,
like.
she's got a Costa Vida chain on. I just realized that. Oh, okay. Totally love her more now.
Hello, and welcome back to
She's got Chad Daybell
Wordwise.
painting
I'm
too.
your
I
host
haven't been
and
paying
faithful
attention.
obsessive, Kit. And today we'll be discussing convicted serial killer Chad Daybell's 7th novel, The Rise of Zion.
So,
This is the 3rd book in the Standing in Holy Places series. Also, when we finish this book, we will have passed the halfway mark in the canon of Chad Daybell's fiction. And I am relieved. Before we begin, I want to warn you that this book is oddly and probably unintentionally episodic. If you feel like you've lost track of the plot, you haven't. There just isn't
Right.
one. Let's begin.
okay, but and I forget her credentials, but she's a fictional writer herself. So what she does is she's going through every one of his books. She's easy to listen to when his books are hard to deal with. Okay, and then she'll go a little bit and she will break it down. She even tries to corroborate the book, the places, the things. And I mean, she is in depth and great. She is a great find. Oh my God, I can't believe that. First off, that she's even doing this. Okay, thank you. Secondly, that I just found it and found her. And so I'm grateful. And I hope that you guys will go and sub up to her. Again, the channel name is Wordwise, and she's, again, look right here. I gotta move the words here. Okay, but she's got a Costa Vida necklace on. That's what was found in the near the fire pit that was Tylee's. So I just realized that. Okay, that to me just, I mean, not just that's not. I'm not saying that's why. I mean, she's victim oriented, and she ties them in with. She never forgets them, is what I'm saying. So, anyways, and you know, she's not Mormon, so for what it's worth, I like getting non-Mormon opinion for once. You know, that's just, I don't know. She just knows her shit. Okay, so that's my advice. And again, I'll throw the link in the chat. Oh, yeah, I did. Okay, and then we'll come back over here. So, okay, Pura Vida. Did I say it right? Pura Vida? Pura Vida. And I mean, I'd bought a necklace like that too, whenever, I mean, it was before I didn't know what it looked like because I wasn't there that day in Lori's trial, but I heard it, you know, because everything came out on audio, right? Remember them days? And so I ordered one, just hoping that was it. And yeah, so anyways, but so just her breaking that down, I'm just like, oh my God, yes, thank you. But and I have to look, I want to assemble a crew. I need a pot stirring crew. Just those of you who are interested, and that way I don't have to do the disclaimers all the time. But perhaps we can do like a meet up in a members only live or something. I'll figure it out, but or maybe in Patreon. I don't quite know yet, but I do want to do this because I can't do this on my own. Cannot. And there's some people who kind of pick up what I'm putting down here when I say that there's coded language. There always has been. Okay. And it's very passive aggressive, and they like to flaunt it in front of your face. So I have made some connections with her reading the book. And I mean, I'm like, oh my God. Oh my God. It's like it flipped, inverted or something. It's weird. I don't know how to explain it, but it's like I can kind of pick up what they're putting down. And I know that I'm not the only one whose brain works like this. So anybody that's interested, please email me at crusha0123@gmail.com. Should be it's in the description box underneath this video. And I mean, let's get it on. I'm ready to do this. I'm like, why didn't I do this 4 years ago? Anyways, I'm always late. But so like Emma and Garth, both. But Emma just seems to really be her dad's, his favorite. I don't have all the words, right? Definitely coercive, control. Definitely. She, again, most likely buys into Chad's zombie doctrine, which is the dark light scale, rating, casting out, energy work, percentages, the whole talk about the binding and cutting and burning and the I don't know all the lingo yet. Okay. but just all the bippity boppity boo stuff, right? Bippity boppity. Anyways, so just okay. I'm gonna put this over here. And then like just the whole thing with her and John Pryor, Garth and John Pryor, Joe Murray and John Pryor, they are all saying, "Oh yeah, we have we've only met with you like 3 times." I'm like, 3. Okay, that's like a magic number there, right? It's just they're so easy to read in my opinion. Just I don't know. And I kind of feel bad about that sometimes. I'm like, I don't know if it's just me being hypercritical or if they're just really that easy to read, you know? Anyways, so they do seem coached. Totally, totally. I don't have any basis to compare that to, but I mean, I'm just like, Emma has a damn answer for everything she says. She's like, okay. She's like she has a damn checklist, and she's like tick 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 tick, checking them off. I don't get it. I don't get it. So, oh, let me do this. All right, good. Okay, I read the private chat real quick, and she's a double banger. Oh my god, I don't know what that means, but it sounds funny, and it probably sounds like it fits her. I again, I hate. Oh my god, I hate this because they are victims, okay? But to what degree? Okay, when does it become a participant and or an enabler and or a part of a co-conspirator, for Christ's sake? There's one thing. Oh yeah, look, y'all, I get excited, and I don't have very strong organizational skills, so there is something though that I would like to that I kind of found, and I'm gonna share this, and then I'm gonna share this. Okay, it's just in my Canva app. Okay, now so and I just copied and pasted this earlier from Court TV, and it just says an intelligence analyst for the FBI testified Chad Daybell messaged his first wife Tammy on September 9th, 2019 at 10:53 a.m. that he shot a raccoon. We're back to the raccoon gate, I know, in the backyard and buried the animal in the backyard in the family's pet cemetery. He messaged her again at 10:56 a.m. that he was going to shower and go to write at BYU. In quote. That's in quotes. I'm sorry, I didn't say that part. The messages caught the analyst's attention because the text exchange from Chad to Tammy was a longer detailed message than Chad would normally send to Tammy. So, what I kind of figured out, I do believe I did. Let me pull Garth's testimony up right quick, and that'll help me. All right, Garth, I'm on yonder. Oop. All right, hold on just a second. I'm gonna do Control F so I can search the keywords and yard. I will say yard. Let's see. Hold on. Oh, transcription. Okay, it hadn't popped up yet. I'm like, what? Okay, here we go. Let me switch to. So with that in mind, I'm going to switch to this tab, okay? And right here, we will go to here. Let me turn that on.
That October, I worked as a scare person at a local haunted house.
Just
Okay.
pay attention to what Gar says his dad was one.
So on the date of September 9th of 2019, you had testified that you were just getting home. Is that correct?
Yes.
Did you have an occasion in that, and that was it late afternoon or evening? Do you recall?
It was late afternoon. The sun was still up.
Okay. Did you have an occasion to talk to your father?
I did. As I pulled in, he came up to me. He was in work clothes and
All right. Now hold on. When you say close, what does that mean?
yard work.
Okay.
and
Yard work. Hold on.
he sounded very excited. He said, "Hey, Garth, I killed another raccoon."
Okay, was that the raccoon that you folks were having difficulty with that was breaking out of the cage?
I believe it was.
Okay, and did he express that to you that he finally got that raccoon?
He did.
Okay. And then at that point, did he show you where he buried that raccoon?
He showed me that it was buried behind the silver shed.
Okay. Okay. Did he ever say to you that he buried a raccoon in the pet cemetery?
Objection, Your Honor, calls for
I mean, we
hearsay.
don't have to go that
Sustained.
far with
Okay.
what I'm positing. We just have to go back to where I started. Hold on. Back to here, where he says he came up to me. Okay, I'm sorry. Let me back up. And maybe I'm wrong, so let me know. He says the date of September 9th of 2019, you had testified that you were just getting home. Is that correct? Yes. Did you have an occasion in that, and was it late afternoon or evening? Do you recall if it was late afternoon? He said it was late afternoon. This is Garth. It was late afternoon. The sun was still up. John Pryor says, okay. You know how he does. Did you have an occasion to talk to your father? I did. As I pulled in, he came up to me. He was in work clothes. And all right, now hold on. When you say clothes, what does that mean? Yard work. Okay. So that right there. And so, of course, I don't have the damn thing right here in front of me, but there's a text exchange between Chad and Tammy that day. That's just not the full one that I read to y'all earlier. Before showing you that, because I didn't quite have that together for some reason. I don't have an excuse. I really don't. Besides just overwhelmed with all the information, and it's been like a week. Okay. It's been a week since I talked to y'all. So there's that part. I'm looking for it while I'm doing this. But anyways, okay. So with that being said, think about this. It's 9/9. Chad Daybell texts Tammy. I can go to that at least and tell y'all what the court TV thing said. That he texts Tammy at 10:53 a.m. that he shot a raccoon in the backyard and buried the animal in the backyard in the family's pet cemetery. Not the damn silver shed, right? He messaged her again at 10:56 a.m. Okay. That he was going to shower, going to shower and go to ride at BYU. Okay. So what caught me, and there's a couple more, that's what I'm saying I don't have right now, is the couple more text exchange between the two. Where they're, is this it? Hold on. I know I have it uploaded in here. I just don't know where it is. No, that's not it. I'm just going to try and look for it real quick because it really does. Mm-hmm. Forgive me, please. Oh, nope. Nope. And no, but it's somewhere around here. So gross. They're so grody. What is this? I wish it would be a little larger so I could read it. Anyways. Yeah, just think about, there's Joe Murray there, right? Oh, there's Joe doing what he does, stalking the damn yard. And then, minus the verdict thing, right? There's Chatty Daddy. Okay. It's all about that damn yard. Yard work, yard. It wasn't the damn raccoon. Okay. We know. Jury knows. The whole damn world knows. And he can sit there and do that for the rest of his damn life for all I care. Right. Oh, yeah. Okay. Okay. I'm quicker on my phone. But okay, so basically, I wish I had the rest of it though, because it's bothering me. Let me look it up in Google Photos real quick. I know I keep saying real quick. Ah. Okay, so it'd be, I'm going to just type raccoon and see what comes up. Keyword search. Ah, yay. Okay. Well, that's funny though, okay? Because not funny, but on this, which is from the actual probable cause. Remember the probable cause? It says in number 21 on Chad Daybell's probable cause says, I found the text. I'm sorry. It says, I found the text suspicious. This is the Benjamin Dean, right? I found the text suspicious because raccoons are normally nocturnal animals and are not regularly out during the day. It should be noted that from interviewing neighbors of Chad Daybell, we are aware that in mid-July of 2019, Garth Daybell, Chad's son, told their neighbors that Chad had shot a raccoon. How many victims are over there is what I'm asking. Out of a tree on their property during the day. Those neighbors are named Matt and Regan Price. Garth told Matt Price that about the raccoon. Okay, hold on, let me go back. Garth told Matt Price about the raccoon in response to a question from Matt about hearing a gunshot. The Prices informed me that the fire pit in the back of the Daybell. It just kicked me out. It just shut down. What the hell? Bippity boppity boo doesn't work here. Okay. Okay, maybe it won't just stop on me this time. Okay. I suck at finding my place once I lose it. The Prices informed me that the fire pit in the back of the Daybell property was hardly ever used until the last few months. Regan informed me that there appeared to be frequent bonfires in the pit on the Daybell property over the last few months. And the first one she noticed was soon after Tammy's death on October 19, 2019. Well, okay, so that just threw me for a loop right there because the first one that she noticed was October 19th, but this was allegedly September 9th-ish. So Chad to Tammy, and this says 11:56. I'm gonna go with what's on the probable cause and not what somebody wrote on Court TV's website. Chad to Tammy at 11:56. Quote, gonna shower now and then go right a while at BYU. Love you. End quote. Tammy to Chad at 2:47 p.m. Good for you. Chad to Tammy at 2:48 p.m. A minute later. I'm back home now. That was Chad. Okay, so what I'm saying is this a potential lie? If Chad took a shower like he told Tammy he was, then how could Garth testify that his dad was wearing yard clothes when he got home from working his contractor hours at 4 p.m.? That's usually when Garth would get home, right? And he said it was before sunset. So did Chad shower, then BYU to write, then back working in the yard and burning so-called loam debris, burying a raccoon? I mean, it's just one of those things where I'm just like, okay, just something's not adding up. You know what I'm saying? So I could be very wrong. And I mean, again, it's not like, it's just kind of poking holes, you know? That's what I do. That's what you do. That's what we do. Okay. I'm looking in the raccoon area of my phone. And it says raccoon season is in full cry, as coon hunters would say. This is just about raccoons. And the hardy band of brothers who chase baying hounds across moonlit mountains are members of an elite ritualistic society. What the hell? They pay thousands of dollars for top dogs, train them obsessively, and follow them through briars and brambles, across creeks, up hills, down hollows, and occasionally over cliffs as the pack pursues a fleet-footed coon. That's a very wordy damn little blog. Then, when they catch it, they let it go. As Jim Goodall, a member of the Wilson County Coon Hunters Club, explained to me after a long night out, the objective of a coon hunt is not to bag a coon. It's about the thrill of the chase and top dog bragging rights. What the hell? That's crazy. That's from this website called Exchange. And it's entitled Coon Hunting, Not Just About Catching Coons by Larry Woody. It's not too close to my dad's name, huh? This is just another frequently asked question. When you look in Gmail or whatever, I mean, not Gmail, when you look in Google, are raccoons sacred? Every Native American tribe has their own unique set of customs and beliefs. However, one thing they have in common is a deep reverence for nature and animals. For many tribes, the raccoon is a sacred animal who is also a trickster like the coyote or crow. So this is just raccoon meaning and symbolism and the raccoon spirit animal. This one says, what is the Navajo word for raccoon? And I can't pronounce that. So raccoon is called, I don't know. In the Navajo language, they are respected and greatly honored by the Navajo people. What deity is associated with raccoons? And again, something I can't really pronounce, but it's Azeban. Azban is a raccoon, the trickster figure, pronounced Azeban. Azeban does many foolish and or mischievous things in folktales, but unlike animal tricksters in some other tribes, is not dangerous or malevolent. One more. What do raccoons represent in the Bible? 2 Timothy 3:13. Wicked men, when not punished and subdued, become bolder and bolder, just like the raccoon in our story. Yes, because of sin, God must act in judgment. He must step in and bring it to a stop. I would check this one as being accurate. So that's from BibleTruthPublishers.com. The raccoon. Bible Truth Library. Okay. Again, I just really think that they are extra. They're extra about everything. Instead of getting a divorce, look what they did. Okay. Look what they did. Look at all the people that became obstacles and they had to rid the world, What does a raccoon mean in Native American? Trickster spirit. The raccoon is portrayed as a trickster spirit in many tribes. Oh, there's that Azeban. The raccoon is a trickster animal of the Abenaki tribe. His exploits are mischievous and funny. That's from Folklore Friday Facebook. Nuts. That one, though. Okay. I'm still there's tons of them. I mean, there's tons of Chad Daybell stuff. I spotted a big raccoon along the fence. Correct. Let's see. Okay. All right. So here we go. This is from wickedtruthsandfbombs.com. Chad at 11:53 a.m. Well, I've had an interesting morning. I felt I should burn all the limb debris by the fire pit before it got too soaked by the coming storms. Nasty. While I did so, I spotted a big raccoon along the fence. I hurried and got my gun, and he was still walking along. I got close enough that one shot did the trick. He is now in our pet cemetery. Fun times. Chad. So that was at 11:53. Okay. 11:56, he's going to shower. 3 minutes later. 3 whole minutes later after saying, but he just told his wife that he shot the raccoon and that he buried the raccoon. So this is all past tense. This is what I'm getting. This is past tense. I felt Not I feel, you know what I'm saying? Burn all the limb debris by the fire before it got too soaked. It's all past tense. So he already did this, in my opinion. This was done. 3 minutes after sending that wicked, weird text, coded heavily passive aggressive language. Chad at 11:56 a.m. Gonna shower now and then go right for a while at BYU. Love you. And then that's when we love how Tammy waited till like 2:47. Okay, I'm sure as a school teacher, I'm sure she got off around 3:30, somewhere around there. Sometimes a little earlier, depends. Gonna shower now and then go right at BYU for a while. So what I'm saying is, for Garth to say that when he got home around 4-ish, that his father was wearing yard clothes for working in a yard. And if that's the case, then he got up, showered just to go get dirty. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what I'm trying to say. Then, so at 2:47, he said, Tammy says, good for you. Chad Daybell at 2:48, a minute later. He's so paranoid, right? I'm back home now. That's nuts. To me, that's just, it's bullshit. All right, so let me get away from the raccoon. Raccoon gate, right? It'll trap you. Okay. Oh, I've been just showing you all white screen. I'm so sorry. I don't know about this. Looks like maybe, I don't know about that one. Okay. Anyways. All right. So that's that one. And then, of course, there's so many things, y'all. So many. I'm going to actually play that again. I'm going to play that right here. I keep hiding myself. Or not. Yeah. Shh, don't listen to me. Okay. I'm going to play that again. Okay, hold on. Let me go up a little further. Okay.
Your Honor. All set, Garth?
Yep.
Okay.
Oh, how many of y'all, when John Pryor's like, oh, just let me know if you need some water, tissue, a coddling, anything like that. I mean, I'm just like, nobody here is showing any damn nothing, no feelings, nothing, nothing, no emotion. It freaks me out. Okay, out of Emma, Chad, and Garth, I think Garth possesses, oh, I hate that word, but he has the most, if I had to measure, if I had to judge. And it's disgusting. It's frightening, actually. But the fact that John Pryor pushes that onto them, like, here, take my cue. Okay, wink, wink. You know, it's like a sympathy thing. And it's very manipulative, in my opinion. You know, it's not very becoming, for what it's worth.
Now, Garth, before we go forward, we had previously been talking about the raccoon in the cage. But before we go forward, how many times prior to today have we spoken together?
I think no more than 3,
Okay.
including
Magic number.
today.
Okay. If you include today, we did speak yesterday for a brief time. Is
Chad's
that correct?
side-eyeing
Yes.
him. Chad, I mean, you can't really see, but he's like in my face right now. Chad is, he's side-eyeing Garth right now. Ugh.
Did I tell you anything to say, or did I encourage you to testify a certain way?
In my opinion, that tells you John Pryor is telling us exactly what the hell he did. Okay.
No.
Did I give you any advice of any kind?
The only advice given was to just tell the truth.
Okay.
Okay. Everybody get your oh my God. Everybody cast your vote now, right?
And you're prepared to do that today?
Yes.
I want to talk about
At what cost?
The September 9th of 2019. Do you recall that?
I think that if I recall correctly, that's the day that I drove home.
Okay. And about what time did you get home that day?
So
That's so memorable, right? That's the day that I drove home. Don't you do that every day, Garth?
I got home from work about a little after 4 because that's when my contract hours ended, and so it'd take about 20 minutes to drive home. And
So he contracts at school, or does he that was my first thought, was like, wait, I thought your contractor job was like the scare as a scare person or whatever the hell that is. Oh my God. A scare actor. That's horrifying. And again, I can't help but think morbid stuff, because really morbid and deadly stuff happened that day and many other days. So it's one of those very morbid, eerie things that just really bother me to my soul. Is that he part-time works in the damn haunted house. Whatever. I don't know. More sinister is what I'm thinking. So
I pulled into the back driveway.
Okay, and hold on a second. I guess I didn't cover this very well. You are currently
I got
employed as
excited.
what?
I'm a 8th grade science teacher,
And where do you teach?
Madison Junior High in Rexburg.
is that freaking contractor?
Okay. And at the time in 2019, were you working as an 8th grade science teacher?
I was.
Okay. And did you have another job as well?
That October, I worked as a scare person at a local haunted
Scare
house.
person,
Okay. Okay. So on the date of September 9th of 2019, you had testified that you were just getting home. Is that correct?
Yes.
Did you have an occasion in that, and that was it late afternoon or evening? Do you recall?
It was late afternoon. The sun was still up.
Okay. Did you have an occasion to talk to your father?
I did. As I pulled in, he came up to me. He was in work clothes and
All right. Now hold on. When you say close, what does that mean?
yard work.
Okay.
Oh my God,
And
right.
he sounded very excited. He said, "Hey, Garth, I killed another raccoon."
Okay. Was that the raccoon that you folks were having difficulty with that was breaking out of the cage?
I believe it was.
Okay. And did he
Mm-mm-mm.
express that to you?
Out
That
of
he
the
finally
cage or
got
in the
that
cage?
raccoon?
He did.
Okay. And then at that point, did he show you where he buried that raccoon?
No.
He showed me that it was buried behind the silver shed.
Okay. Okay. Did he ever say to you that he buried a raccoon in the
Distraction.
pet cemetery?
Objection, Your Honor, calls for hearsay.
Sustained. Okay.
Oh yeah.
Now, are we confusing the raccoons? You know that you buried some in the silver shed. Is there possibly that some were buried in the pet cemetery?
I think, or they were all buried behind the silver shed.
Okay.
There's got to be some
We
research about.
talked a little bit with your
Oh, he
sister about
angles
your
his voice.
mother's
It's different.
health issues. What concerns did you have about your mother's health?
I was concerned that she was getting tired extremely easily, that she would work extremely hard all day and then just come home and collapse.
Again, and y'all, the disparaging comments that these adults make about their mother is disparaging to me. I mean, it's just like, it's so it's way worse than I thought for Tammy. Way worse. Like, again, I've said this before, but when you remove not Adam, when you remove Alex and Lori from the picture, you just remove those two from this conspiracy, and it's like her whole family, for the most part, right here in her, your what do you call that? Close family. Oh my God, there's a word for it. These people, she was, oh my God, it bothers me so much, because they were against her. There's really not one thing. Not that, there might be a handful, maybe, and I might be stretching that, right? I might be exaggerating that, because I really, between Joe Murray, between Garth Brooks. Oh my God, I haven't done that one yet. Not Garth Brooks, but Garth Daybell and Emma. She didn't stand a chance, really. She did not stand a damn chance. So, Anyways, let's see. There's a few other things I wanted to show you guys too. While we're right here, right? It's just a little 16-second clip. It's just, I've seen Hidden True Crime did one too,
He
but
did call me a pot stirrer. I remember that as well. Other than that, I think that's it.
He didn't explain what he meant by that.
I've been called that before by family members.
watch Judge Boys. It's just funny.
Stirrer, hot stirrer.
Just saying. Oh, that's me making fun of them because it's a good Satan, right? So, anyways, that's what I do. Just the way he's just like a pot stirrer, like he's, I don't know.
Stirrer, hot
Oh.
stirrer. Stirrer, hot stirrer.
It's funny. Anyways, I think it is. Okay. All right, let's see what this one is. Let's just kind of see what I had screen recorded.
It was a very socially inappropriate choice to make.
Speaking of
And
socially
inappropriate doesn't mean something bad happened, though.
Okay. Again, speaking of socially inappropriate, and I mean, I have my own tendencies of being socially awkward. Oh my God. As soon as I press go live or we go live, I'm like, I don't know. It's weird. I hate it. So, I mean, I understand that, but I mean, I kind of come into my own after a while. But no, it's just there's something missing in this girl. And I think it's it's empathy, compassion, love, feelings. So I've been like analyzing this, right? I've been talking to Jason about this. Jason's my fiance. And I mean, oh my gosh, and I'm just like, what is it? It's got to be something from Chad's past, from his childhood. It's got to be in how he's raised. But then here, and we've heard Heather Daybell talk, and I mean, I met Matt and Heather, and I mean, I don't get that vibe off of Matt, but Chad is weird. He's a freaking serial killer, convicted. I don't have to say allegedly anymore, and neither do you. And I mean, that's enough in itself to just celebrate that. But there's a lot missing here, and I'm like, okay, well, what is it? And why? I don't know. Again, maybe I just haven't been I just kind of not close the door, but I just kind of put them off limits for a little bit. And I'm not saying, going at them or anything. They are victims in this. Oh my God. I mean, from birth, honestly. All right, let's try another one of their clips as soon as it pulls up. Oh my gosh. Open. Okay. You'll know when I know. All right, let me go visit y'all since it's taking forever. I'll wait for that to pull up. I might need to push something else. Awkward because they're willingly lying to save their dad. Yes. Oh my God. Chad's mom shows. Yes. Okay. Mm-hmm. Totally. And I mean, I really want to understand this because it's important to understanding what goes into Chad, what went into Chad, what went into Lori and friends, right? So that we can really size this up accurately, So, I mean, asking the questions, of course, doesn't make us dark. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Yes. And again, an echo chamber. echo. They're just like, hello, hello, hello. And then it's like, yeah, 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 and then it's like, whatever idea it is. And it's like, yeah, 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 and it's just like, oh crap. That's toxic. So not only is it the organized religion, it is the family system, it's all the systems. And I mean, for it to be that, um, I don't know the word, not dense, but highly populated with that organized religion's beliefs. I mean, just the regular ones, the mainstream, like they say. I mean, that to me is like, that's unhealthy enough. Yeah, that too. Definitely that too. All right. That's enough to, yeah. In Emma's testimony, Miss Carolyn says, Pryor asked when Tammy stopped going to clogging, and she says she stopped going when she died. I know, I know. I love your profile picture. Right? That hit me like a ton of bricks. You don't speak that way of mom who has passed. She quit when she died. It's like Chad saying that when did her symptoms show up on her life insurance when he was cashing the blood money, right? Uh, and he said October 18th which was the day before. Okay. It's nuts. It's nuts. They're nuts. And I'm just like, what? And the fact that they all work in the school system. And I mean, we read, we heard, we examined the evidence, okay, that was presented, and it was not good. I mean, just with the group text and everything, and putting, the chords and filling out your spirits disconnected, and just all the things, and then rating 12-year-old children, and I'm just like, oh my god. Oh my god. It's alarming, y'all. It's alarming. Hail to the pot stirrers. Unite. Right? She is empty. And I mean, again, I'm not trying just point. We're sharing. We are doing what communities do, and we are sharing ideas. I hope Emma wakes up and lives her own life now that Chad is in prison. I hope so too. I know it's going to hurt. It's the only thing I think that can change the trajectory of their lives right now. Honestly, nothing to this point has shook them hard enough to wake them up. And I mean, it's sad, but it needs to happen. You're like this, you don't want to watch, but you can't help but watch. So, yeah. Let's see. Anyways, thank y'all for being here. I know I feel really underprepared. There's a lot of people in here too. I really do appreciate that. Just I really do. I was so dreading the conclusion of the trial, not for justice, but for where do I go from here? I hope I hope everybody still keeps their interest, and that we can continue working through and figuring out the answers to this puzzle. I mean, it's a puzzle that 2 trials have not given a given a lot of answers to. Somewhat, they're even more disturbing. I have more questions now, right? Thank you, Alpha Film X team. Appreciate you. Yeah. Appreciate you too, Treva. I think Larry really helped Colby so much after the victim impact statements. Colby seemed to be coming out of his shell and realizing people care. Isn't it great? It is. It's awesome. His mugshot is creepy as hell. Oh my god. I'm like, what is wrong with him? What's wrong with his face? He looked like he just woke up, or he just got beat with a with a soap in a sock or something. I don't know. I don't know. And Jason was like, "Well, I think they shaved his head." And I was like, "Well, they need to shave it all the way down. All the way down." And I mean, I'm like, "Oh, that kind of messed up his Lily diet plan." And I still don't know how I feel about the death penalty. I mean, again, I've always felt indifferent, you know. I'm like, well, he lived in the state where he allegedly paid taxes. His wife paid taxes. Let's just say that she was the breadwinner, but that's what his state has, you know, as far as punishment. They have capital punishment. I didn't choose that. You didn't choose that. He did. And this is where they chose to play. So now it's a whole nother story whether Idaho will ever implement that, you know. Hopefully. Oh God. And I'm gonna make a totally inappropriate and probably mess it up joke. But the other day, whenever we were watching Gigi, Pretty Lies and Alibis, okay? And she was showing the website, you know, commissary and everything. And I was like, uh-oh, they don't have like regular soap. And I was like, well, you don't have anything to drop, you know, if they don't have just regular bar soap. Jason's, oh my God, close your ears, earmuffs. Jason said, a liquid soap. He was like, he'll never be able to pick all that up. And I was just like, again, I know I'm a gutter rat. Okay. It's where we stay. Thank you, Cindy. Appreciate you. Anyways, we have to have I have to have a lot of humor. I'm not even going to try and make up stories. Probably. Oh God, I got it like a visual. Let me clear my throat real quick. Damn throat. Right. Yeah. I can see Tammy's family embracing Colby as well as Kay and Larry. That must give him some comfort. We can only hope, you know, for real. It's tragic. There are no winners. It's not a competition. There's nobody that got away or, you know, got out of this. There was no favorites as far as the victims, you know. I'm just like, yeah, they're all dead. Mhm. They're all, you know what I mean? Like it's just the same. Okay. I have Idaho file where Chad is going to be assigned appellate lawyers. Woo. Oh crap. Oh no. Okay, I just clicked on it. It clicked me out of here, y'all. Like that was not smart. Oh my God. I can't believe I did that. But yeah, I can. Kinda. Let me show you all the dang filings, okay? You didn't see it from this side, so it's not as funny. Anyways, all right. So thank you, Donna, for doing that. Let's see what these say. Whoa. Oh my gosh. Okay. This was 6/6, 2024. And in the District Court of the 7th Judicial District of the state of Idaho, in and for the county of Fremont, order appointing appellate public defender. The above named defendant, Chad Daybell, have been convicted of all charges against him in the amended indictment and pursuant to Idaho Code and Idaho, and shall have appointment of qualified counsel for post-conviction review and special appellate proceedings. The court has previously determined that Daybell is an indigent person entitled to the services of the state appellate public defender for all forthcoming proceedings. Accordingly, it is hereby ordered two qualified attorneys with the state appellate public defender shall be appointed to represent Daybell on appeal and the pursuit of any post-conviction relief. The state appellate public defender's office is provided the following information concerning this case. The defendant's trial counsel is John Pryor. Okay. Right? Defendant's counsel has advised the court that the defendant's current address is Boise Correctional Facility, P.O. Box 51, Boise, Idaho 83707. Right? Awesome. And okay, certificate of service. All right. Well, you know, it's a temporary home till he has to face, you know, his maker. Whatever. And you know what? I was thinking about this too. And I know this is probably, again, inappropriate. And I mean, I can't help it. So, but the fact that Mormons live by the word of wisdom. So they don't usually drink, they don't usually smoke, they don't, they live a not as toxic life as I do because, I'm over here puffing cigarettes and drinking Dr. Pepper and, sitting on my butt following Chad Daybell and Lori Vallow's trials case and everything. Just want them to be. I've for many years wanted this to happen for convictions, for them to just never be able to get out and hurt anybody else in my family ever again. Okay. So now that that's over, I don't think I have processed that yet, y'all. I really don't. Maybe I'm having some cognitive dissonance problems, Thank you so much, Treva. I really appreciate you. I can't display it though because it's already passed. Thank you. Okay. Oh man. I think we need wait. Oh, where'd it go? Trace. Oh, somehow we need to start writing them. In my opinion, Chad Daybell is under suicide watch or possibly being medicated by the looks of his creepy mugshot. I agree. There is something seriously wrong with Chad and his clan. It's scary, right? Okay. Thank you, Treva. Appreciate you. I hope Lori was worth that 1 month of marriage, right? Because it definitely, remember whenever we had heard that, what was it? Chad got arrested, okay? And that we had heard from, anyways, it was, I think Nate had reported on this, Nate Eaton with East Idaho News, that Lori ran her finger, down most all the way to her ankle, and then she came all the way up and she was like, I hope this is worth $1 million. And it's just like, was it worth it? Let me work it. And just don't. Yes, the county attorney in Arizona said the Chandler Police Department can resubmit to file charges. I know, I saw that too. Holy hell, right? I know. Y'all, there's so much. Just my notes alone. If I could just read off my damn notes, I got notes. I got notes about all kinds of things. Let's see. We'll skip Victor Yoshenko. Okay. That's for another day. Yeah. Okay. Oh yeah, I've been meaning to bring this up, y'all. But oh well, no, I'll wait because it's got to do with Tim Ballard. But Tim Ballard has to do with this. I'm telling you, by the end of this, I will have them connected. You just can't have. I think we were married in a pre-existence. You can't have that as a couple's ruse tactic that was sanctioned by the apostle M. Russell Ballard. You can't have that. You can't have Chad saying it, Tim saying it, and Elder Ballard sanctioning it. You can't have Julie Rowe saying it. And I'm just like, okay, no. Thank you, just Samantha. Appreciate you. I get nervous though, I never know how I'm going to do. That contradicts the coon hunters around here. It's horrible. Oh, wow. Trisha Burbank. Interesting. I don't know, Miss Mojo. Very carefully. Okay, so I was taking notes from Chad Daybell's books from Wordwise. Yeah, Wordwise. That channel I was showing you on the beginning. So I wrote, okay, this is back to Emma and Garth. Okay, then there's the whole the fact that Emma and Joe Murray moved right into the house, right? That's alarming to me. I'm biased though, so they make devastating, demeaning, condescending, discouraging comments and accusations, testimony about their mom, everything. I mean, it was just like, it's extra, it's over the top, and it's like excruciating. I forget all this extra words. I was gonna do like a video clip, of just all those just extra descriptor words. Okay. The sleep apnea thing, right? The narrative Emma pushes. The sleep apnea and the narrative that Emma pushes. Basically, self-diagnosing herself. I want papers. I want to see papers from your doctor. Okay. Diagnosing you with some damn sleep apnea. She claims that since Tammy's passing, she got her diagnosis. She got her diagnosis since her mother's passing. Okay, then she states that her maternal grandpa, Tammy's dad, also has sleep apnea. And so it's like, generational. Okay. Question. Wouldn't Emma find answers to her health issues in the autopsy results from Tammy? Of Tammy? Question. Why did Emma repeatedly, even going out of her way to avoid reading autopsy results? Why? Why? She never contacted the forensic pathologist, Dr. Christensen. She dodged Sheriff Lynn Humphreys and even Detective Mattingly. And there's that audio recording. I do have all that pulled up, though. Let me go grab it. So that we will do. Okay. Okay. I got to pause it. One day I'll have this in one swift move, but it's just not today. I'll switch the screen just a second. As soon as I get it figured. I'll also have too many windows open. Okay. It would be, yeah, I think. Is it? Oh, it's not.
Her health started declining. I was really worried about it. She, well, she'd always been one to be able to meet the demands of daily life without being exhausted. And she started going to bed at like before dinner some nights. It would be like 5, 6, 7 o'clock at night. And she would sleep in too if given the opportunity. So suddenly needing to sleep a lot was very confusing to me.
Are you aware of any health issues that your mother may or may not have had?
I, at the time, was not. Since her passing, I've been diagnosed with sleep apnea, and my maternal grandfather also has sleep apnea, and she's the generational link between. So I wonder if she did.
You wouldn't have to, Emma, if you would just go get the damn results and stop being a freaking bitch. Or, you know what I'm saying? I don't even know. There's not a better word. Sorry, that slipped out. But I mean, come on. Oh, it is frustrating because I'll show you.
That's something that obviously we can't investigate at this time, but symptoms like daytime tiredness and not getting restful sleep seem like they would fit what speculation.
Was sustained.
Okay. Were you aware of any other health maladies that your mother may have suffered from?
She had anemia.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Were
She's
you aware
dying
of
of all
any
these
medications
normal
that your
things.
mother may have taken?
She preferred herbal supplements. She did take the generic form of the medication Prozac.
Okay.
That was the only prescribed medication that she regularly took.
Were there any non-prescription medications or herbs or supplements that you're aware of?
Oh, definitely. She really liked using colloidal silver was her favorite. It's
Slow down for me. Colloidal silver?
colloidal silver. It's distilled water with particles of silver in it to the part per million.
Who says
It
part per
tastes
million?
like you're drinking water out of a metal water bottle, and it can cure everything.
Okay, and
I say that with a smile because
no, you don't.
you really should go to the doctor.
Do y'all find that odd? She says, I say that with a smile. Is that because she cannot actually express her feelings? Look at him. He's doing an upside down smile. Kind of. I just noticed that. It's weird when he's like in your face, Anyways, I do that with a smile. She had to say that so that people would know she's making a, or I don't even know. I don't even know. Trying to be witty. I don't even know what this is.
And
I say that with a smile because you really should go to the doctor instead of drinking.
Your mom did.
Calls for speculation.
Yeah, it is. And
go
lies.
ahead.
She would use colloidal silver as an antiviral, is what she called it. So any
Oh, you know who did dabble in some colloidal silver was President M. Russell Ballard, allegedly. Yeah, that's the apostle that allegedly approved the couple's ruse. Okay, which is ultimately, I think we met before in a previous life. So there's more on that.
time she felt under the weather, she would take colloidal silver and she would.
This calls for hearsay.
And just bullshit.
Overruled.
Go ahead.
I witnessed her drinking it, and she would encourage other people in our household to do so.
Were you a consumer of colloidal silver?
I was.
Okay. How'd that work for you?
It tastes nasty.
Okay. Did it help you in curing any ailments that you may have had?
I don't know.
Were there
No, just my daddy's priesthood blessings do. When he casts them out,
other things that your mother did in terms of remedies to resolve other issues she may have had?
Okay, let me rebuttal that. Okay, so that would be here. And it would be here. Or, no, it's not here. Oh my God. Hold on. I'm messing up. Yeah, I put that in the whole wrong spot. I'll have to see if it's this one. Hold on. Okay, here we go.
Played a role in her death.
No.
Okay,
Did you
Dr.
see any
Christensen.
sign or indication that sleep apnea may have played a role in her death?
No.
Did you see anything in her medical records regarding sleep apnea?
Not that I recall, no.
Would sleep apnea generally be something that you would be concerned about causing a sudden death for someone?
When it does, it certainly can be associated with sudden death, but generally speaking, that is in the setting of someone who has significant additional comorbidities, usually significant obesity and underlying heart disease.
Elements.
In reviewing Tammy's medical records and performing the autopsy, was Tammy obese?
No.
Yeah, no, she was not.
Are you familiar with, I may say this term wrong, but colloidal silver?
Colloidal silver,
Colloidal
yes.
silver. Any indication that played a role in Tammy's death?
No.
No. He didn't even have to think about it. He answered it as fast as Emma does.
And we talked about ultimately the cause of death being determined to be asphyxiation.
Yes.
When you are looking at the manner of death, how many potential manners do you consider?
There are generally 5. A death can be ruled for manner, can be ruled a natural death, an accident, a suicide, a homicide, or undetermined.
In this case, did you see any indication that led you to believe the asphyxiation was natural?
No.
Yeah.
Did you see any sign or indication that led you to believe the asphyxiation was accidental?
No.
Did you see any sign or indication to lead you to believe the death was suicide?
No.
So the 2 categories left would be homicide and undetermined. Is that correct?
Yes.
Oh,
Is
yeah.
it fair to say undetermined is a category if 2 or more of the other 4 are still on the table?
Yes. Generally, we will use undetermined. The most common scenario where we encounter that is overdose deaths, where someone, for example, has a history of abusing medication, but also has a history of depression and maybe even prior overdose attempts, and then they're dead of an overdose that is related to something that they routinely abuse. In the absence of a note or something else like that, it's very difficult to determine, to distinguish whether that overdose was intentional or not.
I mean, I'm just saying, okay, so here's another thing that I found, okay, that kind of, in Chad's own words, this is a I put forward, 4-word, whatever. Or is it forward? Oh my God, now I don't know because I'm asking myself too much, Okay, so this was, Chad Daybell wrote the foreword in Melanie Gibbs' 2019 book, Feel the Fire. And I mean, I say that because it's little things like this that I'm like, okay, well, here you go. Okay, so this is Chad saying, from the moment I first met Melanie Gibb in the summer of 2017, I knew there was a burning passion within her to help others understand who they are. Note that, who they are, and that Jesus Christ truly loves them. I had just given an evening presentation to around 200 people at a campout in northern Utah. When Melanie came up to me at the podium and started talking like we were old friends. Passive aggressive, I'm telling you. Okay. I distinctly remember that she spoke energetically and with that charming southern accent. I don't think so. Okay. She told me a bit about herself and that she loved to testify of Christ. Melanie told me if I ever got the chance, I should speak in her hometown of Mesa, Arizona. I told her I would like to do that someday, and she gave me a farewell hug. Then she and her friends walked off into the darkness, and I loaded up my truck. He says my truck, okay? I was like, interesting, right? I mean, I'm just saying, I know that whenever there's a couple, it can kind of be interchangeably, who uses what vehicle. I'm just saying, I like to find things like this, though, because although it doesn't really either way, I think whatever the hell Chad was going to have her drive, okay, whoever they were praying for that would hoping to get into a wreck or whatever, this is who in the hell Alex would have shot at. That's what vehicle Alex would have shot at, okay? So I don't think it mattered. He didn't shoot her through the damn thing, even though he was Googling it. I mean, I'm just saying, it's in the past. It is adjudicated. So, but I'll finish reading this too. All right, it says, I gotta find it again. Okay, I loaded up my truck for a long drive home to Idaho that night. Fast forward 1 year to June 2018. I had just finished writing my Times of Turmoil series, and I felt a strong impression to speak in Arizona about my novels. I had been to Phoenix only once before, nearly 15 years earlier, and I didn't have a clue how to arrange a speaking event there. Then a voice told me, Chad. No, it said, contact Melanie Gibb. Hit her on the hip. Got them digits. No, it didn't say all that. But anyways, it says, I quickly remembered the energetic woman who had testified of Christ at the camp the previous year, and I knew if anyone could help me, she could. I got her cell number from a mutual friend, Jason maybe, and soon we were chatting. I explained that I felt I should speak in the Phoenix area sometime in July. She laughed and said it would be blistering hot, but I somehow convinced her to see what we could do. To my delight, she called me back the next day with the idea of a combined speaking event with Arizona author Jason Mao. And I can't see all that. Something idea, and Melanie jumped, whatever. Within a couple of days, she had arranged the venue and was so helpful in every way. I greatly appreciated her generosity and positive attitude from start to finish. We had a good turnout for the presentation, and many important friendships were made that night. Sealed the fate, I would say. Oh my gosh. On the day of the event, Melanie and another friend picked me up at my hotel, and we had an enjoyable early dinner together where she told me more about the amazing journey she has been on throughout her life. It was somewhat of a surprise to realize this upbeat, happy woman had endured so many trials and seemingly endless obstacles, right? How did she keep a smile on her face? Then I realized it all revolved around her love for Jesus Christ. Melanie had truly been born again through the Savior. In January of 2019, y'all, I had the privilege to be a guest on the new podcast that Jason Mao is hosting, titled, quote, Time to Warrior Up. Melanie is one of the co-hosts, and we had a wonderful time recording those episodes. I have come to understand that she is a powerful warrior in her own right, and that her true gift is helping people understand their true worth as sons and daughters of God. Oh my God, run for the hills, okay? Because this woman's still freaking, she's free. Oh my gosh. Okay. Okay. She is spreading that message. Yeah, that's what it says. She is spreading that message and allowing others to, quote, feel the fire. Inappropriate book title. Okay. Okay. Of a burning testimony of the gospel. This book is filled with poignant, unforgettable stories from Melanie's life that will stick with you long, long after you finish the book. She is one of those wonderful people who come into our lives like a pleasant summer breeze that refreshes our souls. Don't y'all feel it? Y'all feel that breeze? Yeah, I'm sweating too. I'm so grateful for her example of kindness and generosity. And I know these traits. I don't think Chad would know traits from a hole in the wall. Will continue to expand in her life. Thank you, Melanie, for writing this book. Chad Daybell, February 2019. Yeah. Anyway, I was just like, oh no. Right. That's nasty. See, I really am sweating though, because it's hot in here. Janelle's a pot stirrer. Pot stirrers unite. Right? Hey, Fancy Nancy. Hey, everybody that I didn't catch whenever y'all were coming in. So sorry about that. I am too, right? Oh my God, that in of itself right there is just enough. Thank you, Janelle. Pat yourself on the back. Go look in the mirror and then hug yourself and just be like, good job. Great job. You're doing great. I love you. You're the best you. You're the only you're ever going to be, right? Do all that stuff. Feel the loin fire. Oh my God. They're just so extra, man. They're extra and just the passive aggressive language that happens in this case. It's just like, oh my God, the gaslighting that goes on, the manipulation, I think they even manipulate themselves. I really do. I'm just like, okay, so just because you talk about Jesus doesn't mean that you are doing that. Okay. So holy shit. They are. Yes. And pointing the nose up, right? It's nuts. They're nuts. Oh my God. They're nuts. So, but yeah, I mean, again, that's how Lori was whenever she walked. Look, this is me whenever I first saw Lori the first time in court, right? When she was extradited from Hawaii, and she had to answer to why she was not producing Tylee and JJ. Okay. Most people, if they were really hiding their kids, would definitely produce them. Okay. There's absolutely no freaking excuse whatsoever. Anyway, so when I saw her walk in, there's a picture too where, again, my mom's eyes are just like, she's eye effing her, if you know what I'm saying. I've seen those eyes before. That's my mom. Kay Woodcock is my mom. And I'm just like, oh, you're in trouble. That's when I was like, oh shit, she's giving you the stank eye, basically. And I mean, again, that's my mom, I've tested her a little bit over the years. So when I saw that, I was just like, that was nuts. And so Lori, she was, I mean, shoulders back, confident. She had a pep in her step for having pink handcuffs on, blazing through the courtroom like that with the gall. I'll say the gall because, oh my God, right? Anyways, and I still haven't watched the rest of this, or I've actually only seen this part. So, oh, I hate scoots over like that. When you open up a window and then it scoots. So let me switch over to that real quick. And so I need to watch the full interview. So I'm behind most of you.
December 11th, I believe. Alex dies December 12th. Do you remember where you were when you found out he died?
Yeah, I was actually in my bedroom talking to Agent Ricky Wright.
Not in your bedroom.
We were trying to coordinate doing knock and talks throughout the complex for all the residents that lived in the apartments. And I received a call from Detective Pillar with Gilbert. And he said, "You're never going to believe where I'm at." And he was at the
Obviously
hospital
got
and
the
told me
curtain
that
call.
Alex had died. And I just thought, how can this get any crazier? And I had a sense of relief too.
Yeah.
Because, the so-called hitman that was doing all these killings, he's gone. So it's a sense of relief. But at the same time, you're like, what else is going to happen? This was all in a span of a couple weeks.
Mm-hmm.
We're finding these things out, from the kids missing to the zombies to Tammy being exhumed. Alex dies. I remember looking at Rob and Ron and like, what is going on? It was crazy.
Well, I remember exactly where I was standing. I was right outside the door to my office. And it's funny, I remember where I was standing. I don't remember who told me that Alex died. It was probably you. But my first thought was like, did they kill him?
That's interesting to me.
That was just I just remember the first thought that came to my head. But yeah, and like he said, there's just all this information. It was like drinking from a water hose. A crazy water hose.
A crazy nonstop water hose for 4 years. What do you think about Alex's death? You're in the middle of the investigation.
So I haven't finished watching that. So again, anyways, I've just been catching up and watching all the things. The jurors, okay? My favorite, oh my God, my favorite one is Blake. I mean, I didn't look, okay. So a little bit about, my journey here or what I'm doing here. So I'm related to blood related to 2 of the 5. I say 5 because, hey, Shoni, there's my mom. Okay, so let me rewind. JJ was my nephew. Tylee was my step cousin, technically. I met her when she was 3. I was there the day JJ was born. Okay. I was supposed to be his godmother. My brother is JJ's biological father. Okay. And then our uncle Charles and our aunt, all right, Lori, adopted JJ. Okay. And one thing I do want to say is that Charles and Lori tried to adopt Mandy's, or basically JJ's half sister also, but that didn't go through, and I don't know why. But that freaks me out because I'm like, would there have been 3? Would there have been 3 babies on that property? So, anyways, that's just one of those little things, and I'm just like, thank God that little girl is still alive, right? Thank God that didn't go through, because oh my God. So, okay, and then Charles is my uncle, okay, and my mom was also rated and assigned a zombie name. She was rated dark, whatever, and then rated dark, and then a zombie name of Rhonda. We have a Rhonda here, and we love her. But oh my God, like it pisses me off and it makes me mad and it hurts. It's all the things. And they didn't just exploit and murder people in my family. Okay. Oh no, they're extra. Okay. They went above and beyond, and they went down my entire lineage and raided people and saw who everybody, whatever the hell they did, they believe in it. And it's reality for me. Zombies are real in my world. There was a time whenever I would wake up and I would just, how you wake up and you're just like, okay, what is it? What day is it? And you're just coming to, and there was a time when I was like, zombies? Yep. Yeah, zombies. Okay. Yeah, we're doing it. Okay, we're doing it. And I mean, anyways, it blows my mind. And I know what, like Detective Hermosillo just said, and I've heard this in other people like Brandon's friend, business partner, Jess. They were relieved once Alex was dead. Relieved and then sad because there goes a lot of the puzzle. You know what I'm saying? So it's like a positive and negative force at the same time. They do need to wake up, baby. Doll love, they do. And I just don't know what there's a video of when Mom and Larry showed up at the fence or at the property after the children were found, unearthed yesterday. It was 4 years ago yesterday. And I mean, I don't know how to really word this right. I'd never really have found the right words. But in a sense, I feel like the day they were found, I mean, it was horrible. It was horrible. I woke up to that, to Eric Grossarth, East Idaho News, and he was just talking real calmly. And I mean, I woke up and I looked at Jason had that playing on his phone and I was like, what's going on? You know? And I looked at his phone and I was like, and I just kind of laid back down and I was just like, oh my God, holy shit. And I mean, it was just, whoa, that's, but then there's a big sense of relief because they were found. I cannot imagine what it's like for parents. There's those of you who have a family member that is still missing, a loved one that's still missing. And I mean, my heart breaks for you who I can't imagine not knowing still. I mean, no. That is torture. But in a sense, I felt like Tylee and JJ were rescued, were saved. I don't know how to, like, they were just like, okay, I know they're dead. I know this. But in my mind, it's just like, oh my God, they're just like, just relieved. I don't know what else to put on that. Again, I've tried to find the words. I love them and I miss them. And y'all know this. I mean, there's not a day that don't go by. I mean, that goes by that it just is senseless and it just does not make sense. It's senseless and control, greed. It's like, it's all the things, right? Nothing will ever make that right. Okay. I mean, that's the reality of it. Nothing will make that right, but I made a vow to my Uncle Charles, Tylee, and JJ. And I mean, whenever as I've learned about Joe, Ryan, and Tammy Daybell, I mean, in my world, Joe Ryan is very much a victim. I don't know how to prove it. I don't know how to do that, but I can never leave him out. I don't, or Tammy, I don't, they're all together in my heaven, in my mind, in my seeking for justice through understanding. They are all together and they all want justice and they all want, you know what I mean? Like, I want it to make sense because Chad and Lori and friends went to such depraved levels of dehumanizing them. I mean, just stripping everything from them, assigning them ratings and zombie names. And I mean, just so many extra gross, egregious things that I just want people. Oh, this is like another way to share their light. Okay. Because it's something that can never be extinguished ever. Okay. And it was so sweet what KJ did. That was so sweet. I mean, I was like, oh my God, I cried. She said, I just can't beam them up to the sky. And I was like, oh my God. It was beautiful. And this really does show you the worst in humanity, but then it also on the other side of this, it absolutely shows you the best in humanity. And that's you guys. And it's a lot. Yeah, it's a lot. And love always wins. Thank you, Shanty Bell. Love always wins. It's something my Uncle Charles said to, he emailed it to his lawyer when he said that he was taking Lori back. Okay. After she went and got her finances together, and her and Chad went and hoed around in a temple over there. And I have the book on the temples. I know that's what they bought when they were there. That's nuts. But anyways, he said, love always wins. What can I say, Taylor? Love always wins. And I'm just like, oh my God, but I apply that because I feel like that's how my uncle lived, is love. It's what matters. And it's what separates him and Tylee and JJ and Tammy and Joe from their murderers, from their killers, from people they trusted and loved and that betrayed them, and every sense of the word, of the meaning. Anyway, so I just want to continue their legacy. I don't exactly know where I'm going. I just know that I promised them that I would not stop until everybody was held accountable that had my family's blood on their hands. Okay. And I just don't want to be a woman of my word. So, this really does connect to Tim Ballard. This really does connect to Operation Underground Railroad or the Sound of Freedom movie. Okay. This does connect to the upper echelons of the Mormon church. This does connect to so many other egregious things that are going on right now. Julie Rowe and Chad Daybell would go to Salt Lake City and meet with Tom Harrison. Visions of Glory, the murder book. That's what I've been calling it lately. Allegedly. I'm just going to say allegedly. It is the Mormon murder book that Chad and Lori used. I do believe. Even when she was in jail, they were talking in Visions of Glory. Okay. But why was Julie Rowe and Chad Daybell going to Salt Lake City to meet with Tom Harrison? Also, I was looking into, let me go grab it while I'm right here. I'm kind of on a ball right now. I lit something. Okay. Let me grab it. All right. Let me close that one. All right. I heard this from Jess earlier because it came on and it went to the middle of the interview. I have it on autoplay, my YouTube. Here it is. Now let me type in the keyword real quick and we'll make this a little faster because it's important. Okay. Control F and okay. All right, let's go to okay. All right, let me switch to here. Let me put myself behind the thing. Let me hide behind the veil. Okay. All right. Let me do this. Okay. So this is Jess. This is friend of Brandon Boudreaux and Melanie Plowski. Break silence. Okay. This was from July 9, 2021. Hidden True Crime. And I will put the link in the chat as soon as I play this. Okay.
It was such a bizarre thing that people were dying. So many people were dying and so many people were scared and disappearing and nothing was happening. And everybody was so scared. It was just this waiting game of when is somebody going to care enough to help us?
Yeah, was the media not, it was just nobody connecting the dots, like no police, no media, or were they listening and then saying we're trying our best?
So I don't know about the media specifically. I think Kim, Larry, no. I think they were the ones that kind of instigated the media, which was great. Mm-hmm. And I wish that we had thought about that earlier. Mm-hmm. But but the police were the ones that, especially Brandon, was really pushing.
Brandon's friend, Shona.
But it was like nobody.
Boudreaux.
It was like nobody believed that it was an issue, and you can go back and look at the videos of Charles begging for help, saying she's going to kill me, and nobody did anything.
Right.
It was like that for like 9 months.
Right. Right. Did when you say that you were good friends with Melanie, with Lori, and that things were normal or seemed normal from an observer from the outside in 2018, and everything changed in 2019, what do you mean? What changed?
So I wasn't really good friends with Lori. We had a good relationship, but I was close to Melanie, not Lori.
Okay.
Yeah. So I just want to clarify that.
Yeah.
It kind of caught my
I really
attention.
don't know how to fully explain it other than to go back to my aunt is schizophrenic. It was just like that. Just at first things are weird. People are doing and saying weird things. The whole Ed Schneider thing, the whole light and dark, the things that came out to the public later, we found out about in like June, July. So we knew about it way before, like the rating systems. We were hearing about people that were leaving their marriages because Chad said that they were married to other people, so then they would start sleeping together even though they were married, and they justified it by saying, well, this was my spouse from another life. We were hearing stories about
don't buy it. Hold on.
About events. I don't know if this is true. This is just what we heard about, that psychedelics were involved.
I was like, boom. Oh my God. Okay. And I say that because it's just totally buzzed me by. It's over my head. I'm like, drugs would make a lot of sense. Okay. What these people are doing is I don't even know. It's extra and it's way more. There's got to be some damn drugs involved, right? So with that being said, and I know I'm going off on a tangent, but I mean, it is relevant. It's very relevant. And, this is just kind of how I go anyway. So, let me pull this up. Okay. Just a little info about Tom Harrison though. Okay. As soon as I find my way back to the damn StreamYard. Okay. Okay. Tom Harrison. Okay. He's not really technically the author, okay, of Visions of Glory, the murder book, or Inspiration, whatever. I mean, this is where portals came from, okay? And so Tom Harrison, he's been trained in cognitive psychodynamic therapy, reality-oriented therapy, and relationship therapy. He has been practicing in Utah with a clinical license since 1977. He is also involved in the David Hamblin case, which is, I find a lot of the same beliefs and blessings, and up is down, down is up, inverted belief system. Okay. Very, very much the same people. And the David Hamblin case comes out of southern Utah, where there is cannibalism, dismemberment, murder, all the bad keywords that YouTube does not want me to say. Okay. So please hit the like button so we can fight the algorithm, whatever the hell that is. So, because these people make it challenging. Okay. But so there's some connection to that case, which is really, the Hamblin case is basically like one of the original cases that came out of that whole, they coined it the Satanic Panic. Okay. But it's not really, it's just egregious, horrible, horrific nightmarish child abuse and ritual murder. Whatever the hell they're doing, we don't want any of it, okay? But we do want to get to the bottom of it. And we don't want no witch hunt. I want answers, okay? And it just really seems to be adding up. And so he has been practicing in Utah with, I said that. He has taught at the U of U, University of Utah Medical School, Graduate School of Social Work, and in conflict resolution. This is Tom Harrison. These are his dreams and visions. Social work and in conflict resolution and divorce mediation at the law school since 1977. Harrison has postgraduate training in depression, anxiety, sexual, emotional, and physical abuse, sexual addiction, and post-traumatic stress disorders. Okay, Harrison has counseled over 3,000 survivors of sexual abuse. This came off of his LinkedIn page. He understands dissociative disorders and has served on a neurotrauma team at 2 hospitals. Harrison sees individuals, couples, and families. His average treatment time is 6 to 12 sessions. He also does mental health diagnostic interviews and 1 to 3 visit consultations regarding sexual intimacy, mediation, legal issues, and trauma-related issues. He is personable and gets to the relevant issues quickly and professionally. Harrison has 30 years of experience and often assists in the resolution of problems quickly and in the long run for less cost to the client. He is knowledgeable in traditional psychotropic medication and more non-traditional approaches. Okay. That's just, I'm working on this. So this is not, but he's been trained in cognitive therapy, psychodynamic therapy, that's just okay, hold on. Let's see. Let me do this. I'm moving around. One woman show here. My mods are awesome. Okay. But they don't know they can't read my mind. I'm glad they can't. So, I mean, this is Tim Ballard and this is M. Russell Ballard. Okay. But M. Russell Ballard died in November 12, 28, last year. Okay. So 2023. And just like Alex Cox died, I cried when this dude died because I was like, oh my God. My gut has told me from the beginning that this is where this goes. It goes to the very top. Okay. But anyway, so the common belief that 2 are what? The crucial link between the 2 individuals is essential. No. Oh yeah. Is essential to comprehend their involvement in the murders and manipulations orchestrated by Chad and Lori Vallow Daybell. During trial testimonies, it has been repeatedly disclosed as the primary and strategic method employed by Chad and Lori to rationalize their improper romantic relationship and their claim, quote, we were married in a previous life, right? Yeah, I have these doubled. The most, let's see. Currently, numerous individuals have linked Chad's remarks to the LDS cultural television series, Saturday's Warrior. And this is a bit of the same thing. And this is a bit of the same thing that happened in the once popular show. But what's more curious is how it may be used in order to trigger someone who's perhaps spending a lot of time in the temple, specifically the celestial room within the temple. This is, yeah. Okay. And then at present, this is me. I'm trying to write it. Okay. At present, many people have connected Chad's comments. Okay. I already said that. The idea I'm suggesting is that Julie Rowe and Chad Daybell reportedly met in Salt Lake City, Utah at the premises of Tom Harrison at his office in Salt Lake City, the author of Visions of Glory. It is claimed that he was instructing them on how to, quote, portal, remote view, psychic stuff. Okay. Let's see. Not only does this link to the once, no, I already said that. I have them. This connection not only references, okay, I already said that too. Okay. While Chad Daybell was sentenced to death recently for killing his wife and his mistress's 2 children, Julie Rowe has exhibited some rather bizarre and disturbing behaviors that bring to question the motives behind the teachings of Tom Harrison and his #1 selling book, Visions of Glory. Don't buy it. I told y'all I need a group. Okay. A group that is not, that's going to understand that we're going to be looking for code stuff because they're talking in Visions of Glory straight up in their jailhouse phone call that happened June 8th, 2020. The day before the kids were unearthed 4 years ago. Right. So straight up. So don't buy it. It'll get shared. I started taking pictures of the damn thing, transferring it. Okay. But can't do copyright. So, we'll do it on the down low. All right. So Tom Harrison is linked not only to the appalling crimes committed by Chad and Lori, but also to another individual facing accusations from 7 women of sexual assault. This includes the primary tactic used by Tim Ballard to rationalize his actions while posing as a trafficker in his alleged trafficking operations, aiming to deceive traffickers into believing, wink, wink, he was a genuine participant. Oh, are y'all not able to see? Yeah, y'all are. Okay. I'm like, what? This tactic is called the couple's ruse and is alleged to have been sanctioned by the late Mormon apostle M. Russell Ballard. Okay. Let's see. What I'm saying here is that if this weird one-liner is telling us, what this weird liner is telling us is that it had to be coming from the upper echelon of the church, and that each one of the concerning connections among Apostle M. Russell Ballard, Tim Ballard, Tom Harrison, Chad Daybell, I'm going to say Ken Krogh, I'm going to say Rod Meldrum, I'm going to say Jody Hildebrandt, Ruby Frankie, all these things, okay? And Julie Rowe, it means the tactic used in all these cases is that Apostle M. Russell Ballard is behind it, and it was sanctioned by him in order for these people to justify their own actions, whether it was to justify their actions or to manipulate others in order to make them feel like they are doing something for the greater good. Basically justifying it, right? So this is the real man who wrote, he's the real author. Again, I think this is just one of the ways that they can what's that word? I can't say it. Evade being held accountable. Okay. So this is John Pontius. Whoop. Okay. I won't go into all that, but he died right after the book was published. Okay. Then Tim Ballard was with Operation Underground Railroad, but now he's a senior advisor, rescue missions for Spear Fund. Okay. Ken Krogh. Tim Ballard spent over a decade working as a special agent of Homeland Security, where he was assigned to the Internet Crimes Against Children Task Force as an undercover operative, helping dismantle child trafficking rings. That's his words, not mine. In the U.S. and multiple foreign countries. In 2013, Tim and a team of special operatives left, I don't think so, their careers and founded Operation Underground Railroad. Okay. M. Russell Ballard actually threw in on this it's like so many of these nonprofits are funneling and like Children Need Families, these nonprofit organizations are funneling into the noble cause, right? Operation Underground Railroad and other things like that. And they're funneling through to for-profit businesses that they also own. So it's the sizzle. Okay. And I call it the whiteboard prophecy because it's too close to the whiteboard. The white horse prophecy. So I'm just saying there's a lot of really weird things here, but it's here. I promise you it's here. Look no further. Okay. So what I don't understand is why. Okay. And again, Operation Underground Railroad made its ugly appearance. And I was just like, okay, I was not, it blindsided me because I was not expecting it to appear in Joe Murray's testimony. Okay. That's another thing. That event was September 7th, 2019. Okay. Tylee would be murdered that weekend. There's a theme that's happening, and it's every time there's an event and these people, my family disappears. Okay. That's all I'm saying. I won't say anything more than that. Use your imaginations. Okay, so under the guise of Book of Mormon evidence conferences, under the guise of Operation Underground Railroad, or the Rexburg rescue race that happened this very weekend with Joe Murray. Thank you, Triva. Appreciate it. All this happened. Okay. I was expecting it to link up probably in Arizona trial whenever there's rumors that Melanie Pulowski, while Tammy was being murdered on October 19th weekend, she was donating $6,000 possibly, allegedly, to Operation Underground Railroad. For what? I mean, that's just one of those things. I'm just like, well, why do they keep intersecting? You know? Mm-mm. And then why do we hear the same things coming out of Tim Ballard's mouth and Tom Harrison's mouth? Tom Harrison and Ken Krogh have done priesthood blessings similar to the ones that you have heard Chad Daybell give. Okay. But except if there ever was a cult leader in this story, it is not Chad Daybell. It's not. I mean, I'd love to pin it on him, but it does the victims no justice when I do that. So it would be Tim Ballard, in my opinion, because Tim Ballard, in his priesthood blessings, was told that he was going to be the next Mormon prophet of the church. He was going to be the president of the United States of America. Okay. Right? So to me, I'm just like, well, there you go. There you go, right there. Unfortunately, Chad and Lori are just a sideshow. If you want an offshoot, it's an offshoot of Tim Ballard. If I have to frame it like that, whatever, you know. But you know, it's neither here nor there, but it's everywhere for sure. And there's enough that I've read, enough that I've researched. I mean, read in legal documents, okay, that are very incriminating, in my opinion. Again, I can't prove anything if it's never really exposed all the way. And it's like there's myself, and then there's other Megan Connor, you know, she's another family member who has done tremendous work, okay, with exposing this, with the help of Lauren with Hidden True Crime, with the help of John DeLynn of Mormon Stories Podcast, with the help of Radio Free Mormon, Mormon Discussions, Nuance Ho. She's got a dog. I mean, she's like on this, okay. And I'm trying to think of, you know, who else, but Mindy Caldwell as well. But I mean, and Jen has done some things on this with True Crime Unveiled. There's a man named who has a channel by PD Questions, and my God, I need to contact him. Okay. And I love the fact that he is also not a Mormon, and he is giving his take on this, and it's pretty accurate, in my opinion. So I'd love to talk to him. Paul with because I always call him Paul. Reporting Live from My Sofa is the name of his YouTube channel. Go support him. He already went through Chad Daybell's books. Okay. Cringe. Then he went through Jody Hildebrandt. Okay. You are not enough. Now he's doing Visions of Glory, y'all. Go beam them up. Okay. Because that's God's people right there. Yes, he is very smart and informative. So I don't know. Megan's story. I watched it yesterday. The one about Lolly. I watched it. I hope it's still there. Yeah, Tim Ballard is not dead. However, Russell Ballard is. But that doesn't mean anything. So again, September 7th, 2019. Thank you. September 7th, 2019. Emma testifies to the fact that it's her that is Googling southwest wind. I mean, duh. Don't you know? And they were actually planning for an event. But you want to know what that event was? Okay. So that event was Operation Underground Railroad, but it was called the Rexburg Rescue Race. Okay. It was at Smith Park. Okay. There's all these parks, that they have talked about in this testimony here. And I'm just like, what's really going on? Now, there are pictures from this race, and it happens every year, apparently. Okay. So, I've shared before, like in the past couple live streams, ever since Joe Murray testified, basically, that there is a BYUI radio where he's promoting it. Joe Murray is actually promoting it. Let me give you the link right here. I'm not going to play it again. Whoop, whoop. Copy, and let me get back over there. And I'm putting it in the chat so you can go listen to it yourself. It's Joe Murray. And I mean, even the host, it's BYUI radio again. And so it's the host is even like, oh, and it's going to be a nice weekend, towards the end of the interview. It says that it's about 9.5 minutes, maybe. Well, so if Emma is Googling now, me and Jason, like I looked up the date, to see if September 7th was really a Saturday. Yes, it is. So it was a Saturday. September 7th, 2019 was a Saturday. And there's pictures even, there's pictures of, let me fix my screen. Okay. There's pictures. This is Emma and let me see. Oh, whoa. Back out. This is Emma and Joe. This is from the Doomsday Facebook group. Okay. It says, listen to this. It's Joseph Murray. Weird to hear his voice, the clown. Okay. September 7, 2019, Chad's wife, Tammy, volunteers at a Rexburg Rescue Run event. Chad was not present with Tammy at the event, and this was verified by Web Sleuth's Insider Post. Okay. There's Joe, there's Emma, and there's their oldest. Becky says, what is Operation Underground Railroad? Joseph Murray says, we are a nonprofit organization that fights sex, human trafficking throughout the world. We rescue and provide aftercare, hold that thought, to victims. Then she said, thank you. And okay, I don't know what else it says. Okay, so it's just a screen grab. But I just want you to know that I'm sorry, I get them confused. Tom Harrison, the author of this book, author inspiration, the therapist, the Mormon therapist, it's always with a therapist, right? There's Jody Hildebrandt therapist, which I mean, he did do Eternal Core he had Jody Hildebrandt on, he had Ken Krogh on, he had Ballard on, Mike Tomlin from the Pittsburgh Steelers. Your whole worldview will be shattered just as mine is, and I'm sorry. But truth hurts, but it only hurts a little bit, and then you're like, oh, okay, I'd rather know than be duped, But I do think that now Chris, I don't know how to say his last name, but he's always in here. Frojtic, I think. He's emailed me a couple times. Okay, now I don't want to share his story, but he's got a lot of legitimate personal interest in this. Okay, a lot's at stake, if you know what I'm saying. And I mean, so I depend on like what other, what I depend on, and I value what he's got to say, and people that I know are in it, because high things are at stake. You know what I'm saying? So again, and I've read one of his comments the other day in here, and he said that he thinks that Tom Harrison or that Chad Daybell was, I'd say influenced. I'm just going to say influenced, allegedly, okay, by the Assailant Institute. Okay, it's really, 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 really gross, but very culty, very, very, very more like Charles Manson culty. Okay, it's very like that. But David Levitt and his wife, they're also doing this thing. They have ties to the Ukraine, as well as Tim Ballard. Tim Ballard's on the Afghanistan World Foundation network with Henry Kissinger before he croaked last year. Okay, this is the magnitude. We got John Huntsman, who's in Jeffrey Epstein's Little Black Book. We're going to end up in damn islands, right? I purposely have barely done research into that because I'm just like, no, I'm going where the evidence leads me. But it's linked up to there through John Huntsman, who was a former governor of Utah. David Levitt, his brother Michael Levitt was also a former governor. I think he was well, I'm not going to say the first one, but he was a governor of Utah. It's interesting. It's so interesting as the rest of them. Yes. Yes, Miss D, that's what I'm saying. What if Emma is one of the rest of them? Chris, there you are. Okay, good. So I don't know, but the fact that Jess had, the interview I was showing you just now with Lauren with Hidden True Crime, and I'm going to go back to it real quick. Okay, just so we can kind of hear that again. I just don't, I'm, this is big, so to me, it makes sense.
Things, the whole Ed Schneider thing, the whole light and dark, the things that came out to the public later, we found out about in like June, July. So we knew about it way before, like the rating systems. We were hearing about people that were leaving their marriages because Chad said that they were married to other people, so then they would start sleeping together even though they were married, and they justified it by saying, well, this was my spouse from another life. We were hearing stories about events. I don't know if this is true. This is just what we heard about, that psychedelics were involved.
Right there.
There's just a lot of odd stuff, and you don't know what was rumor and what was real.
And we still don't. We've been 2 trials down, y'all. Just saying, I like to pick up what's being put down. It's just so massive. I forget. I orbit. That's how I work. I know I'm not your regular organized person. I'm not organized at all. I depend on organized people because I'm like, oh my God, thank God somebody is. Okay. Psychedelics equals assailant or wrestling, however you say it. Right. That's it. So that, to me, when I heard that today, now again, it's unconfirmed. So please know that it is speculation. It is, because I didn't see anybody's drug test at the trial. Did y'all? No. So anyways, I mean, I think it's a good, that, and the fact that Tom Harrison is portaling. And then again, I have not read it in its complete entirely, nor have I processed it fully. But there's a book called Program to Kill, and it's written by David McGowan, who died in 2003 or 2004. And I mean, it's a wealth of knowledge, because if you just kind of look at how he applies, I'm not saying he's right. I'm just saying it's interesting because it kind of opens up your mind to the fact that most cults are, I was about to say the letters, but most cults are not just Chad Daybell's and Charles Manson's and David Berkowitz's, and you know what I mean. They're not just that. And this is just my very, very minimal knowledge. Okay. So I'm at the very bottom of this. I don't really know how to explain it, but it's usually a cover for an intelligence community or an intelligence front, or there's something going on behind the scenes, and maybe some KM Ultra instead. I don't know. It's backwards. So, but there is a study that was done. We got Janet Russ in here, who's also doing this coded language. I think in these priesthood blessings, this is just, I'm entertaining this idea that in these priesthood blessings, they are not really talking about Jesus, which obviously, right? They're not really talking about holy things or things that at first glance we're like, oh my God, it's so cringe. Oh no, it gets cringe. They're extra. So no, wait, there's more. Okay. Okay. So to me, it's like they're giving orders. Janet Russin, I don't think those are readings. I don't. She might be playing maybe she is. I don't really know. I'm not here to debate that. Not here to prove if Joseph Smith's real or the church is true. I don't give a shit. My thing is, I want to know what's being said. What are they talking about? What's in the language, the coded language that, I mean, I've spent years now, years sizing these people up, searching in every corner of the damn internet, except for the black one. I ain't going there. I told Jason that one time. I was like, oh my God, the black, what was it called? I don't know, black something, dark side of the internet. And I was like, I went to punch it in, Google it or whatever. And he was like, no. I was like, oh my God. Roach, just wasn't thinking. I swear, when kids are missing, when your family members are missing, I swear I sold my soul. I would have. It just dark web, thank you. I was like, black. I'm calling it black, like black market, I guess. So that's where I'm at right now. Is basically that Tom Harrison could have very well been teaching Julie Rowe and Tim Ballard and Chad Daybell how to portal. And portal means remote view. And again, I know very minimal about this, so just know that, okay? But it's something, and oh my God, I lost my train of thought, but there was a study that was put out by, actually, this is what even got me going that way, was the article that Blaze Media put out about Janet Russin, Tim Ballard's so-called intel, okay, for his fake ops. I'm going to say it. They are fake. There's nothing, there's no receipts. Sound of Freedom was just propaganda. It was just to make them money, okay? They're laughing all the way to the damn bank. And now, I mean, Tim's out there now, right now, as of last week, begging or just doing the whole sympathy thing again. That's how they work. They work on emotion. They work on preying on good people and unsuspecting people who just haven't taken the time to peel back that one layer. Just peel back that first layer, and then you're like, oh my God. Okay, it's scary. It really is. And to the level that these people deceive, birds of a feather flock together, I'm totally there. So there's no receipts for these children. But however, I really do get the gut feeling that there are tons of victims. Okay. I mean, so you got this American alpha warrior wannabe, okay, who, when he was questioned by Adam Herbets, if he was if he worked CIA like he claims he did. And he's like, yeah, it was nothing cool. He's picking his teeth while he did it. And he walked off the set because why? Because he was being questioned. And how dare you question Tim Ballard, who's lying his ass off, in my opinion. It is a fake op. Yes. Yeah. That's what this is. And my family is just part of it. My family is just part of it. Okay. It's so horrible. It's horrible. And so they're under the guise of either representing Jesus Christ, even the church, okay? Their church. And they're even under the guise of saving children. Who is not behind saving damn children? That's why you're here, okay? Saving children, okay? But if you're not for them, it's that black and white thinking where you're not for us, you're against us, you're a pedophile, okay? That's that shit. So anyway, so that's where I'm at, basically. And it just needs to be done. It needs to be, yeah, I'm not a professional. Thank you. Thank you. I'm definitely not. It's massive. If anybody can do this better, let me know, because I think it takes a whole village, It really does. It's okay. I'm not here to woo anybody, okay? I'm really not. I'm here to just do what I can. But Alex needed validation. He was kicked out of the LDS church 3 times. And Chad Christ validated him. That poor guy thought he was doing the right thing. Now he's where? Yeah. He's dead. My God. I don't know. It's just to get to the bottom of it. I don't really have because that's the vow that I made to my uncle and Tylee and JJ was that I wouldn't stop until everybody, and I realize that that's not realistic, to say that I won't stop until everybody with my family's blood on their hands is exposed. So, I mean, I just need, obviously I need organizational help. Okay. I know that I'm a I'll confess that all the time, but, I don't know, just help me spread the word, help. Again, I'm gonna do anybody that's interested in like some kind of group where we can go through these books. Because there's stuff in Chad Daybell's books too now. I'm like, oh my God. And that link I shared with you earlier of that channel Word Wise, she's excellent, y'all. I was like, oh my God, I don't know if I want to share, but I'm like, yeah, I want to share it. She's absolutely amazing she's a fictional writer, like professional, and she's breaking down Chad Daybell's books, like all of them. She's already gotten so many of them done. I'm going to go grab that link again so I can share it with you. And we'll leave out on that note. But one day, let's see. I watch a lot of things. Yeah. Okay. Hold on. Woo. Let me see. Is it sharing it? Yes, it is. Okay. All right. So I got to find it. Where I'm at. There we are. Okay. This is this video she's done it to look here over here to the right. It says The Celestial City by Chad Daybell, 64 views 2 weeks ago. Chasing Paradise by Chad Daybell, 31 views 4 weeks ago. This woman needs some subs, and she helps us. This is helping us, so just know that. Okay. So she's done quite a few. This video analyzes Chad Daybell's 5th novel, The Great Gathering. This was the first book in his Standing in Holy Places series, and his decision to publish it through his own publishing company allowed him to write all sorts of disturbing things a traditional LDS publisher wouldn't have found acceptable. The foundation of this entire cult is apparent in this story. Oh, interesting. Oh, I think I already got through. Yeah, because of my history. I apologize for the lighting. Okay. And then she's like, if you want to support the Tammy Daybell Douglas Foundation and preserve Tammy's memory while helping children to learn to read, you can go there. Okay. So she's very victim oriented, and I love her. So
Emma settled on the couch to watch the evening news, and a commercial came on featuring an attractive young couple in a park. The couple began hugging and kissing. Then the man on the screen told the woman, "There's something different about you. You seem more alive than ever."
Why, y'all?
The woman gave him a confident smile. "It's because I got the chip. You need to get the chip too."
Oh, Lord.
The couple kissed passionately again before the woman turned to the camera and said softly, "Get the chip."
Get the chip. Y'all go subscribe. I'm telling you. She breaks it down. She corroborates. She does it all. So anyways, justice for Tylee, for Charles, for Tammy, JJ, and Joe. Always, right? Brandon too. Love always wins, and you guys are proof of this. Let's email me if you want to. I don't even know what to call it. Decode some of this crap. Visions of Glory, just all the things. Okay. Chad Daybell's books, the writings, it's in there. Trust me, I've seen it so many times. It's in the Book of Mormon. Even I'm just like, oh my God, how do I not see it this way now? It's it's horrible. It really is. Yeah. So, but email me at Kresha. It's in the description box below. Kresha, my name, KRE. Actually, I have it back here. I think banners. Here's the link for Program to Kill. It's free. And I guess I don't have it. Let me create it real quick. Okay, add. And then this is my email. If anybody wants to, look for Blue's Clues. I don't know. But we'll do it here, right? Anyways, justice for Tylee, Charles, Tammy, JJ, and Joe. Love always wins. You guys are proof of this. Oh, yeah, and I got to set up another live for, it's a lot. Bye, guys. Love you guys.